don't have any stock perceptions, I speak somehow as it comes out like this, you see. I cannot define grace. I feel grace is everything. Grace is another name for what we are also. It appears in our experience that somehow grace acts randomly. It appears like this. There's like a lottery somehow who's going to get the touch of grace. So it is an indefinable thing. Because we are what I say we are, in my way, that we are already the ever-perfect, that we are timeless, within which the apparent timeful play has names and forms in its brief dance. And we are both the experience and the weakness of this experience, simultaneously. I see this is all the play of grace. At a certain point, I see everything is grace. Everything is this unasked for benevolence, delighting in itself. But I can't say what it is. Everything that I feel I speak about comes out of emptiness, and it's emptiness also. Everything is emptiness. All the words, the senses are empty. Mind's empty, concepts are empty. Everything is empty. Everything is coming back to space, if you want to say even. Coming back to space. No clutter, no burden, no claustrophobia, no. Just that unbroken silence. No one keeping it up. When all of these play of thoughts and belief and ideas seem to have been seen through, that are mere appearances, and just because of belief or interest somehow, they took on a significance that they don't have by themselves. The belief imbued them with. Then I saw that there appeared to be an option to either go in the flow of the apparent pull or the invitation to play with them, or to remain as the weakness of them. And somehow it seems quite appropriate, beautiful and spacious to remain only in the weaknessing of them. I felt nothing was lost except some trouble, and I can call this grace. That something calls you away from the chaos, from the noise, that says, take a look here, remain here. I call this grace. In some bodies it says, play on, play on, play on. I call this grace also. Amazing grace. And a way of knowing that we don't have to try and entice anyone towards freedom. It's not my business to try and force ripen anyone towards freedom. We are chiefly called by our own self. There just comes this time that you're kissed from within yourself, and a certain pull out of this touching, you find your whole being is moving in a certain direction, like this.
The biggest secret of life is that our growth process is complete. In fact, I'll go further. Growth was never necessary to begin with. That you were completely evolved when you came here. That is, at the moment of your birth. You were born in a state of utter perfection. And if you want to see perfection, perfection personified, as I call it, just look into the eyes of a baby. You will see it there. Nothing is wanted, nothing is needed, nothing is missing. You're looking into the face of perfection. Most people don't understand that they were finished with what they imagined they came here to do before they arrived. That the purpose of life was not to somehow get better or grow up, grow up spiritually, or to become somehow more than you now are. That the purpose of life is not to become more than you are, but to be who you are and who you were the moment you arrived. Now, the problem is if we think we are here to become somehow more than we were when we arrived, that the purpose of life is to evolve into something greater. The problem with that is we think that there's something we have to do or to be or to have, that we have to acquire something somehow or another, more wisdom, more understanding, more clarity, and for that matter that there are physical things we need to acquire as well in order to be the fullest expression of who we really are. But the process works exactly in reverse. In fact, there's nothing for us to be or to do or to have that we are required to be, do, or have in order to express who we really are. The process works precisely in reverse. We are not here to acquire anything, but to give everything. We are not here to acquire, but to give, to demonstrate. Life is about demonstration. It's not about evolution. So we've not come here to somehow get stuff, even to get more wisdom, more clarity, more understanding. None of that. We are here to give and to demonstrate the clarity, the understanding, the awareness, the consciousness that we came in here with. However, the culture teaches us exactly the opposite. The culture into which we were born here on this planet teaches us, you know nothing, you got a lot to learn, you got a long way to go, buddy, blah, blah, blah. And furthermore, interestingly enough, some of the religious culture actually teaches us that what we need to learn, what we need to understand is ultimately ungraspable. That is, it's out of our reach. And what I understood then is that you are perfect just the way you are right now. Or to put it in simple terms, which is difficult for some people to grasp or to embrace, you are divine. That is, you are my begotten child. Not just my only begotten son, but you are all my begotten sons and daughters in whom I am well pleased. And your job is not to somehow get better or become more than you are now, but simply to demonstrate who you are right now.